What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the series. I got a ton of stuff done in this episode, so let's get over with the pleasantries and just get straight into it. Keeping my word from the previous episode, I got straight into improving my trades with the villagers. So naturally, I made sure to gather a ton of resources from any farm that can help me in this endeavor, be it potatoes, carrots, melons or pumpkins. By now I have a very good melon farm and a pumpkin farm that is always on, so naturally getting the first trades was easy business. Hopefully I can keep this momentum in the future. But I highly doubt it. As the infrastructure grows, so grows the demand, but I believe I will be set for a good time to come. However, after trading and increasing the villagers for a while, I came to the understanding that my current setup that allows for 20 villagers wasn't going to be nearly enough for my future plans. So I drew out my ace in the Light Metica mod and built myself a second trading section. You see, I made these trading sections in such a way I can easily just add another 20 spots for villagers, as one of these trading blocks is just another section for the main building, and should I feel like it, I can also decorate it later when all the sections are in place. So now that I have 2 of these trading blocks, I have a space for a total of 40 villagers. Wait, what? 40? That's it? It wasn't enough, so I added an extra block for good measure. With the first trading hall finally finished, I felt a great ease in my heart as I now will finally start to have access to more and more tools that I can easily replace whenever I die. And I die a lot. I believe I have about 40 recorded deaths thus far, and I haven't even reached the 1000 day mark yet. But I felt that was more than enough work for the trading farm for now. So after having gathered an unhealthy amount of dirt, I immediately got to work on a carrot and potato farm. Why? Because there's no such thing as too much resources for trading. But, of course, the hard part wasn't actually building the farm. Naturally, the villagers had to make it extra hard. But I feel myself getting more and more used to these villager antics, so perhaps one day I might actually master the art of villaging. And of course, as if that wasn't enough, I actually needed such a large amount of villagers that my villager breeder couldn't keep up. So I had to start waiting for new baby villagers to spawn, which made this project take a lot longer than it probably should have. But of course, eventually I finished it. Soon I should get an insane amount of carrots and potatoes. However, I wasn't done with trading just yet. You see, in order to get villager librarians, you need books. And to get books, you need leather and paper. I already have leather from my hoggling farm, but I don't have a solid income of paper. So I just spent an hour fixing that problem. It might not be the fastest sugarcane farm there is, but I believe it will be more than enough for now. Eventually, I got sick of villager trading and can only handle so much of their sound. So, to calm my nerves, I decided to try and test my luck with Piglin trading instead. And honestly, I thought it was going to be such a huge project that it might become an episode in and of itself. But oh, was I wrong. Making a Piglin trading farm is one of the easiest farms I made thus far. As always, there's a link in the description for a how-to video on how you can make this farm yourself. Using this design, I got myself 30 piglins to trade within the hour. I had only seen other players like the hermits make huge contraptions just to trade with piglins, so I thought it might be a massive pain to make. But it turns out one doesn't need to make it that complicated. Taking another page out of Nambom's book, you could for instance just trade with entire stacks at a time, and then just keep the items you feel are worth keeping. Of course, you could also hook up a sorting system that sorts any items that you put in a specific chest. But I'm lazy, so I will just surround my trading area with a bunch of double chests. Now, I only went with 15 piglins per pod, but you can get up to 24 piglins. This will make the trading even faster. But enough of that. Here you can see the final pigling being led to the trading area. And like a child on Christmas Eve, I couldn't wait and immediately threw my final stack of gold, wanting to test out the trading. Ooh, the future is looking very bright. Now, having seen the speed of the farm, I wanted to test it out even more. So I got myself a bunch of gold from my gold farm and got back to trading as soon as possible. I actually got so much I couldn't keep up with the sorting. I tried for a few seconds, but soon realized that it wasn't worth the effort. One day I might actually start sorting my items, but today is not that day. Now that my vacation from the villagers was finally over, I immediately got back to making librarians. Now, I didn't get all the traits I wanted, due to a sudden and unexpected villager shortage, but I believe my efficiency will increase tenfold. Just getting Depth Strider and Featherfalling 4 is going to help me immensely. But of course, nothing is ever easy. Because I put my villager trading hall so far away from my main base, my villager breeder isn't actually loaded in. Which means it isn't producing villagers for me. Or at least it's not producing fast enough. So, to solve this problem, I made myself a second villager breeder. This time I hid it in the mountain, which actually made it easier for some reason. So now hopefully I can fill up my trading farm even faster. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Stonks in the horizon. Fancy meeting you here. When I was done with the breeder, I realized I could increase my efficiency by storing my potatoes and carrots closer to my trading hall. I wasn't really sure how big my storage should be, as it is a very powerful farm. This may look like overkill, but the farm has already filled 2 double chests. If the farm gets overfilled and backs up, the farm will break, which is a less than ideal situation. When I was done with that, I took those resources and turned them into tags. Now I never have to listen to the villagers ever again. You shall not take my sanity today, villagers. Of course, I was still sick of seeing villagers, so I quickly returned to the Nether and started spawn-proofing so I can ensure my safety while here. When I finally felt safe, I started working on a blaze farm, because apparently you need blaze rods to make potions of weakness. And honestly, it felt odd making this farm. You see, I'm used to the old designs where you use tons of pistons, so making a design that you can just slap down within an hour felt very odd. Not that I'm complaining about making easy farms. While I don't have it recorded, I honestly feel I spent more time actually farming blaze rods rather than building the farm. But now that I have what I was looking for, I started heading home. I've gotten so much done this episode, even I can barely believe it. There have been stonks around every corner. Be it Piglin or villager trading, it has been very successful. Just imagine what the future can bring now that I get access to even better tools than I had before. With infinite food and armor in my grasp, perhaps it's time for another great adventure. But that, my friends, is going to be a story for another time. If you like videos like this, be sure to leave a like, and if you really feel like you want to support me and have a penny or two laying over, be sure to check out my Patreon.